Welcome to Source BMX. I'm Van Homan here in Hastings, England with We the People's Austrian Street Ripper and the proud owner of a Nora Cup, Linda Grabner. We're gonna check out her We the People Odyssey build. Okay, Linda, you're riding the We the People trigger frame. This frame is available in 3 different sizes, kind of a colorway and a nod to some of their up-and-coming riders. You have Stefan Atencio on the shorter size, then you have the Raleigh Smith and the Dan Banks. You're riding the Raleigh Smith 20.75. I know this thing has a bit of a steeper head tube at 75.75. It's got a pretty classic standover height at 9 inches. What do you like about this frame and why do you choose it?
So the cool thing about the frame is that it's not only like personalized to the rider, like it's like literally the rider's frame is like the only size that it comes in, and it also goes up in size with the head tube size, like not only the head tube size changes, but also the back end and like the standover.
Okay.
And yeah, I used to ride like 20.5 for a while. I used to ride like the network frame from Dan Crook, but then I decided I wanted a bigger frame again, so my bike feels more stable, and also I'm not really good at riding transition. And when I used to, I literally rode like the smallest bike possible, which made it even sketchier riding transition, and I felt really unstable in the air and stuff, even though I'm not even going that high. So I was like, okay, I want to feel more stable on the bike. I want to like even landing, like everything. And so I decided that I wanted to get a bigger frame again. And then I used to ride the black one. That's the team frame. That's the only one that's available in like every size. But then I was like, yeah, let's change it up. And I like the color of the base frame. And yeah.
So even though you kind of focus more on street riding, you wanted a build that could kind of handle everything. So I mean, I think this one has a 12.7 to 13-inch rear end. So I feel like that's the perfect combination to kind of get technical on the handrails, but still feel stable on the transitions.
Yeah, right. Like, for example, Feeble Hardys were way easier with the shorter setup. But like, now I can literally ride everything and feel comfortable on everything. And like, because I had like a pretty bad injury and I couldn't really ride street for a while. So I just was rolling around the bowl because that's like how I got back after 1 year not riding. And then I kind of stayed with it because, yeah, I like how my bike feels. I feel like that's now the setup where I feel the most comfortable I've ever been on a bike that I had.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like responsive yet stable.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Linda, there's word on the street, there's rumors that you're gonna have one of the colorways of the trigger frame. Is this true?
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's like a huge honor. And it will come out soon probably. And yeah, I will have it in that size. I would have it in 27.5.
Okay.
And yeah, excited to see
it. What color might we expect, or is this a secret?
That's the secret.
Oh, top secret. You're gonna have to wait and see. Linda Grabner, signature trigger colorway coming soon from We the People. Okay, Linda, you're riding the We the People Battleship fork, 24 millimeter offset. It's got the thicker cast dropouts to kind of help with the smoother grinds. What do you like about this fork, and how does the 24 millimeter offset kind of collab with that steeper head tube on this frame?
I like the fork. It's really stable. Like, I've never had any issues with it, and I like the look of it. And it's kind of cool because I had the 15 millimeters before, but I don't do nose manuals and I don't go over like my bars or anything. So I decided to have the 24 just because of the same reason that I set up my frame like that, because I feel like it's the right in between like a 32 and a 15.
Yeah, again, finding that balance between responsive but yet stable, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why it feels really good.
Linda, you've got the We the People Pathfinder bars. They're available in 9-inch or 9.6 rise. You choose to ride the 9-inch rise. Why 9-inch, and what in general do you like about these bars?
I mean, 9-inch is the smallest size they come, and I'm not the biggest rider, so I feel like that's the perfect size, especially with the front load. And I choose the 2-piece because it's just a little bit lighter. I really like the look of the 4-piece too. In general, I like the design of Felix's bars. I think are really clean, and yeah, they look good. And they are made that they are really strong in the parts that they have to, and they're thicker material, and then the other parts, they're designed to be as light as possible. So yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So you mentioned you're a smaller rider. How tall are you?
I don't know in
This is worldwide. We can go centimeters.
I'm 1 meter and 68 centimeters.
All right.
So
Okay, Linda, you're riding the Odyssey Brock Rayford grips. It's a classic mushroom design with the wear-resistant, durable ends.
yeah, I really like them. They're really soft and always grippy. Like I don't like in summer when your hands are sweaty and you just slip your grips all the time. And I feel like I never have issues like with slippery hands on those ones. And also the bar ends are perfect. They stay in forever. They don't really break. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, that hasn't reinvented the wheel here, but I think that Brock and Odyssey really pay attention to all the details, like the consistency of the grip and the durable ends, like you said, the bar caps. I think like just every detail is thought about.
Yeah, they're just nice. I like them.
Okay, Linda, you have the Salt Plus Field front load stem. It's got a 50 millimeter reach with a 7 millimeter rise, and it also has the shark tooth clamping so that it doesn't move. Why do you choose a front load stem, and how does this shark tooth clamping hold your bars in place?
I choose a front load stem just because the height issue. I don't have to cut my forks or anything. With the front load and with the 9-inch bars, it's just like perfect height for me.
So you like to keep everything kind of lower.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not riding like the lowest bike, but it's like also not really high because I feel like if you ride too low, it's like hard on your back. And if you like ride a higher bike, it's like harder to do like high bunny hops and stuff. I feel like right now that's like the perfect height. And I like the front load stem a lot because it's just like that one looks pretty clean and yeah.
All right, Linda, you have the Odyssey Thunderbolt cranks. I personally love two-piece design cranks. Keeps everything clean and simple, less bolts. You also have the wedge cluster that makes assembly easy. You're riding the 165s. You got the 41 thermal. What do you like about these cranks?
Yeah, because of the 41 thermal like threading, like it's just really durable. They're really strong. They're really sturdy. And they feel good and they look good. And also they're really easy to like assemble and also to put apart. So yeah, I never had any issues with them. I have them for a really long time now. I've never, like since I got on Odyssey, those are the same cranks and they still are perfectly in shape. So yeah, I really, really like them.
Yeah, I mean, you also do a lot of crank arm stuff. So
Yeah.
how do they work for that?
Yeah, perfect. Like as I said, like especially when you do crank arms on street, it's like your bike gets like really easily like broken. So yeah, they held up like a good challenge. Yeah.
Okay, Linda, you have the Odyssey LaGuardia sprocket. I really love this sprocket. It's meant to accommodate all chain thicknesses and still keep your drivetrain smooth. You have also got the built-in aluminum guard. Why do you choose the guard sprocket, and how's this thing roll in general?
First of all, like really, like it's the classic like sprocket, and I really like the look of it, and it's also really durable. Like I have it as long as my cranks now, and there's no issue, nothing broke, nothing. Even though I learned sprocket stalls on like a huge stone, and like the stone was broken, not the guard. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I ride a 25T because like I usually don't really go that fast.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you got the classic 25/9 gear ratio?
Yeah.
So like I said, you do a lot of sprocket stuff, you do a lot of crank arm stuff, so it just keeps your chain safe, right?
Yeah, like I never had like a chain break, and even though I ride like a normal like Bluebird chain, never had any issues.
Okay, Linda, your pedals, you have the Odyssey Twisted Pro PC pedals. I mean, Odyssey started the PC pedal craze years ago. This is the absolute classic. This one's been updated a bit since the original, a little bit slimmer, a little bit more concave, but still one of the most affordable pedals out there. What do you like about it?
I feel like when you stand on them, they feel really good because they're really wide. So even if you get it's really easy to like do tricks and then get back on the pedals. And also they're still really thick. So even if I do a lot of crank arm stuff, they hold for a really long time. Like I can ride them for a couple of months and they still feel good, look good. I mean, I always just ride one side, like I grind one down. I'm really careful about that, but yeah.
And then Odyssey always has crazy colorways coming out, so you can mix it up, freshen up the look.
Yeah, I feel that they look cool, and especially for cursive, I'm really picky about color. Like even just the beige frame was like, oh.
You like to keep it simple.
Yeah, I used to only ride like total black bikes, but I guess it gets boring, and I also like to change it up a little bit. So, yeah.
Okay, you've got another Odyssey Brock Rayford signature part here, the Brock Rayford pivotal seat. This was based off of the fat pivotal design originally. So I know Brock has put a lot of thought into all his products. I like the style of the corduroy, and I think he's really put a lot of thought into having the perfect shape, like having that bigger, more comfortable seat, like good for your knees if you're pinching bars or whatever, but also comfortable to sit on, but not so big that it's in the way.
Yeah, exactly. And I also like that it's like in between. Like I mean, the slim seats look good, but I don't think it's for me. And also, if they're too fat, like they're in the way, and it also looks like a little bit chunky.
Like a couch.
Yeah. I started with the corduroy, it's like actually a couch. and yeah, I like the look of it. I like the corduroy style. Yeah, mine's already a little bit worn down and faded out from the sun, but they look really clean and good. And also they come like in a lighter brown too, which looks really cool.
This one's got the Hastings rain soaked look right now.
Yeah, Hastings not good on your bike.
Okay, Linda, your wheels. You've got the full Odyssey build here. You've got the Clutch Free Coaster Pro from Odyssey built up to some classic Hazard Light rims that have been going strong for years and years now. First of all, let's talk about the Pro Clutch Free Coaster hub. It's got an external grease port. It's got adjustable slack. These things are pretty bomb-proof.
Yeah, they're really good. Like, also the new one has like plastic hubcaps on both sides, which I really like.
I know that these kind of fit perfect with the hub and the frame, so it creates a situation where you're never going to have to like try to spread out your back triangle to squeeze your wheel in there.
Yeah, exactly. And also the hubcap on the driver's side comes with a little extra plastic that goes into your frame. So it doesn't really move, so it doesn't get in the way of your chain, and you don't have any issues with that. So that's what I really like, because I used to have a lot of problems with that before riding that free coaster. And yeah, and also the good thing is, like, with a lot of free coasters, you can't do crank flips. And I mean, I don't really often do them, but the free coaster lets the possibility like open.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just impressed. Like at the beginning of free coaster hubs, it was like so many mechanical issues with them now. And now companies like Odyssey have just been progressing the technology that it can be like a really reliable, dependable hub and have that leisure of rolling backwards.
Yeah.
Okay, Linda, you do a lot of grinds. So let's talk about your pegs. You've got the We the People dill pickle pegs. These things have an alloy core, a fiberglass plastic sleeve for more durability, and they're a bit longer, if I'm not mistaken, at 4.5.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's really cool through the aluminium, they are really light, and because they're longer, like just grinds feel good. Like they'll show the plastic, like they spend a lot of time to create like the mixture of the plastic, and they don't break. They feel good. I have them forever, and I mean you can like easily ride them for a long time without them get the plastic going down. And still they're soft enough to like feel good and grind easily. Like they slide really well. And yeah, I think Felix, Jordan, everyone's on the We the People team riding them. So yeah.
Okay, Linda, last but not least, let's talk about your tires. This is another Brock Rayford signature part. I've talked to him about these tires before. I know he put a lot of thought into the pattern, the durometer of these tires, which is like the consistency. And he wanted them to have the perfect consistency so they'd have that nice chirp sound when you're doing certain tricks.
I really like them. I also ride them slimmer than usual. I ride them in 2.25. And I really like that for grinds because I don't know, you never slow down even if you go like in or when you do feeble hardies, you don't get like stuck on your tires. And also they're still like, even though they're slimmer, like even feebles on rails or like rail rides still are no issue. Like I've never noticed a difference between like the thick tires and the small tires in that way.
Okay.
And also ride like pretty low PSI. And
What PSI do you run?
Around 40, I think.
Okay.
I only know it in bars exactly.
Yeah. No, that seems to be a pretty popular PSI for a lot of street riders now. It's like the
Yeah.
lower, like 40 PSI.
Yeah, I've noticed a huge difference when I do like feebles on rails. When I have like a lot of air in my tires, I feel like they're a lot harder because it just slip out easier.
Right,
and when you don't ride as much air, it's just like you don't slip out as much. So yeah.
Perfect, Linda. Well, we are excited to watch you ride the Rail Jam later. How you feeling about it?
To be honest, I'm really scared, but yeah, we will see. And I hope it goes well, and I hope I'm going down it and not falling. But yeah.
All right, well, good luck. It's amazing to have you here at the Battle of Hastings. Can't wait to watch you ride this weekend. Thank you, everyone, for checking out Linda Grabner's We the People Odyssey build. Make sure to go to sourcebmx.com, check out the bike builder. There you can see price, specs, and availability for everything Linda is riding. sourcebmx.com.